Well, that was the first pothole. Hopefully that's the only one.
There's gonna be one more that I know of instance of that happening, but there shouldn't be too many, if any, more than that specifically.
It really was just Hikaseko also, and Shuhei's teleport down from above that really just deletes your health bar.
Hikazeku might actually be one of the best moves in this game because it targets every enemy at once.
Yeah, it also doesn't seem like it disappears when Renji as a caster gets hit either.
Yeah, that also is really good.
Seriously, you change Rukia's head to Ichigo. Yeah, that's basically just Bankai Ichigo right there on a smaller frame.
Kinda, yeah. What is that little wheel thing?
Little wheel thing.
On the end of her sheath.
Oh. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's not a new detail, by the way. That's always been there. So something about a dress, I guess Ichigo won.
Okay. Are we about to have some weird ending? Might be a little bad. Let's find out.
You are about to earn a thumbnail, yes. I really do love that Rukia portrait, though. It really is no thoughts, head empty.
It truthfully is, yeah.
Now, this is as early Ichigo as you can get, this portrait.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Yachiru seems regular here, but I feel like the sleeves are also longer on her than they usually are. No, I could be imagining that one, though.
No, she looks normal.
Okay.
It's basically like whenever you put normal sized clothes on a kid and it looks way too big.
Yeah, that's probably it. Now I'm really hyperfixating on looking at the details of characters, and I probably should not be doing that.
So I actually did test boot the other two Bleach PS2 games, and let me tell you, this is the best you're gonna get with that. They can look a lot worse in their presentation.
I'm curious. Maybe that's gonna be a later thing, though.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
Oh yeah,
they can look interesting. Also, some stages do this panning for the backgrounds when they're loading up that they didn't do in the last game that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Really highlights how in this version of the Soul Society, the Sokyoku Hill is for some reason surrounded by a forest, even though it's supposed to be the city.
Yeah, but it's just a cliff in the middle of some random forest. I do think it's kind of funny. I mean, to be fair, the geography of the Soul Society is kind of weird in general.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist past maybe 8 miles in each direction outside of the Seirete, I guess.
Honestly, like, look at the biome of like the general Seirete itself. I almost would believe it's in the middle of a desert more often than not.
That's how it's portrayed. Is they just built over a desert, and and according to the bound art, some sections, because they do actually go around the entire circumference of the Seirete, some section of it there actually is a forest, but not most of it. And that forest is a forest of dead trees.
Huh. Kei Zanpakuto is so strong, she has her own Zanpakuto. That man breaks all the rules. That is true. The kid that's a literal Zanpakuto does have her own Zanpakuto.
And for some reason, it portrays hollows.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
What was that sound? Sound of like a skittering bug.
I'm not sure. Although I feel like it sounded like mine laughing, actually. All right, so we're going to get Ichigo in a dress, and everyone's going to be laughing at him because, haha, man in dress. Yep, there it is. Renji fucks with that schoolgirl outfit, though. Damn.
There are schoolboy uniforms that look like that, just wearing shorts. You could have just put him in that.
That Izuru maid also goes kind of hard, though. Damn.
Izuru is a old-timey nurse.
Yeah, damn.
Like the long one, like the full body, like that might have actually been a thing that you could have worn in a medical procedure.
Yeah,
full body gown.
They didn't even give him like the fucking miniskirt or anything that you see a lot. Damn.
And Shuhei as a flight attendant.
He just looks normal. He legitimately just looks normal.
Put some pants on that and he's just wearing a suit.
I don't even see a skirt on him, honestly. Like, you could legitimately, he just looks like he's wearing a regular suit. Ha ha ha, men and women's clothing. Good shit, guys. Good shit.
The flowers on his ears are a nice touch.
I agree, actually. Ichigo genuinely looks nice in that. So that was a thing.
That was the thing that happened.
Yeah. Man. 2007, yo.
Yeah, we hadn't worked out those kinks yet.
Yeah.
And Japan really never has.
No. They're making a little progress, but not great strides. Sorry, my hands got a little sweaty from that.
It's nice and warm? That's not what you want out of a controller.
That's not the first word that comes to my mind.
Thinking of the PS3 360 generation, where they were selling those controllers that had fans built into them.
Nobody said guys couldn't be cute. Guys back then said guys couldn't be cute. We hadn't yet invented the concept of femboys yet.
Or at least they weren't widely accepted.
No, yeah. No, that was still at the end. Yeah, 2007 was still at the end of the George Bush years, and George Bush's re-election really brought in this man called Karl Rove, and I'm pretty sure he's the one who was like, the gays will get you. Legitimately. Fucking just mid-2000s just got like this huge resurgence of gay panic. It was wild.
If we're going to do the politics thing, can we talk about how incredibly funny it is that basically from the year 2000, I would say 6 to even modern day, anytime in anime or in Japanese games, you would see America represented politically at all, they would always have their leader every time just be Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like every time.
Oh my god.
Every single time, it's always some representation of Hillary Clinton, whether or not it's actually her or just a woman that looks vaguely like her. And the default one that comes to mind is Gundam 00.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, it goes way more recently than that though.
Yeah. We're still getting I'm pretty sure it did actually come out in the Obama years, but Barack Obama and fucking Baki the Grappler is still very funny to look at.
Yeah. And Barack Obama in Yokai Watch.
Oh man, I haven't heard that name in a while.
I need to show you the one shot they released in 2019 for Death Note, because you've probably seen the images of Donald Trump in the Death Note manga.
Yeah, and yeah. What was the context for that one again?
Ryuki got really bored, so he threw his Death Note into the human world again just to see what would happen. And another genius found out what it was and just immediately decided not to use it. And he's like, well, I have this thing. What can I get out of it?
Yeah.
And decides, hey, he's gonna have Ryuk go on TV invisibly and put up a sign that says, what I'm holding right now is the weapon that the famous Kira used to do his genocide or hero work or whatever. I will sell this to whoever on Earth is the highest bidder.
Okay.
And the highest bidder ended up becoming American government at $4 quadrillion to be distributed to everyone, to every single person in Japan under the age of 25.
Holy shit!
So long as you have this specific bank.
Damn. Oh, the money was being distributed, not individual death notes. That would have been wild.
Yeah.
That
and it was
insane.
And then when Ryuk went to hand deliver the death note to Donald Trump, he said, "You can have this. I'll give it to you. The moment you actively use it though, because this is stated in the rules of the death note.
Yep.
The moment you use it, you guarantee that you will be sent to hell when you die."
Yep.
He's like, he's like, we bought this weapon as a signal of deterrence. We have this. Don't tempt us. We'll use it. Please don't make us use it. Please don't actually make us use it. We can't use it. What do you mean I spent the biggest sum of money literally to have ever existed on literally nothing?
See, there it is. Look at those weird ass tits. Yeah.
I mean, that's not huge. That's like a B or a C, but still.
Yeah, it's still weirdly emphasized for her.
But yeah, no, actually being able to put context to those panels of him drawing Trump is hysterical.
Yeah. Wait, so you're fighting Ichigo and Shinji at the same time. Interesting.
It is free for all.
Yeah. This might sound incredibly strange out of context, but literally one of my strongest units in Bleach Brave Souls back when I was still playing it is actually a Hiyori. It's kind of weird. I just managed to get all of the 5 copies of her up front and that's pretty quickly, and I'm just like, oh, I have a maxed out Hiyori now. That's kind of wild.
All right.
Kind of weird how it fell into place, but okay.
Yeah.
Gacha games are very funny sometimes when you try to level up characters, but then you go for some summons just casually, and you end up getting summons for characters you literally do not expect, and duplicates are able to power up others. I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, or when you get the 6 tickets, the 6-star tickets, and it's like, oh, this is for something I will never use ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck me. Like, they released one last week, and it's like, I will literally never use this Baragon. Thank you for giving me something to put in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like, yeah, I guess I can mass feed this into 1 Baragon I got, and then he'll be sitting at 5 out of 5 limit break.
Like, I mean, I don't have the Segunda Tapa Baragon. Maybe if I had that, I don't even remember what that looks like.
Oh, I think I have that one. I think it looks fucked. It's very funny. I think I have most. I think legitimately I have most of them except for like the Stark and Tia. Hey, there we go.
I got the Halibal and the Grimjow, and I don't think I got any other ones.
I got... Actually, yeah, I got most of them, not thinking about it. Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I might have gotten the Neutra.
So one thing that I've been noticing, and maybe I should have mentioned this sooner, is that Hiyori's mask is very funny because once on the side of her head, it already has eyes on it.
Yeah, that's just a thing they fucked up.
Yeah, it's just obvious. I know it's just a 3D model, but like it's still incredibly funny to think that, oh, the eyes are actually just part of the mask. Okay.
They make one render of things and then don't change them.
Yep. It's just very funny to look at. For what it's worth, though, I still think Hiyori's got one of the coolest masks.
Yeah.
It really portrays the goblin as being an Oni.
But what about Shinji's Pharaoh mask?
That's also really cool. Honestly, these 3 right here are the coolest ones.
Yeah, I would probably say so.
Yeah. Love's, like, witch doctor mask is pretty nice, though.
That was Hachi.
No, Hachi's got, like, the weird elephant one.
Oh.
Yeah, Love's got the one that has, like, the beak facing outwards. It's basically a witch doctor mask. No, not witch doctor. Plague doctor.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's
wrong doctor.
No, that's Rose that has the bird mask.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Love, I think, just actually has a Tengu mask. Because his Shikai is just named Tengu Maru.
I think you're right. I thought it looked like a ram, though. Let me go check that really fast. Oop.
Kurt, I think earlier was talking about how it sucks that none of the visors have their Zanpakuto playable in anything outside of like 7. And it's funny too because in 7 for most of them it's just this is their ultimate attack. It doesn't factor into their moveset at all.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of characters that have that. Their transformations are delivered an ultimate.
Because 7 was made with no money.
It basically was. Coyote Stark's ultimate being his resurrection is very funny.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Or one being the Saro gun and the other one being the wolves.
Baragon's also is like that too. His resurrection is just tied into his ultimate, which is, you know, not think so, but I guess when you think about it, it's like a completely different character at that point.
Yeah, one of his is Respira and the other one is Gran Kaida.
Yeah. So what do you think is going on with this story mode? Because this feels like, almost like a retread before, but it seems to be much more focused on Hiyori and Ichigo specifically. God.
This is another one of those ones that can be annoying. It's Ichigo just training with, doing external training with everyone outside that's here. Shuhei was not. I guess they're throwing him into the human world too.
All right. Bit odd, but okay.
But yeah, it's just going around checking in with everyone. Hiyori is his chaperone, I guess.
Suppose so. Probably the key. I'm going to imagine this is probably after the Hall Mask was activated, so they're probably just keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiyori, if I had to guess, is probably going on another rant about another woman with huge tits.
Probably this one.
Yep.
Yeah. It's unfortunate when you reveal a new anime character back in the day like this, and they only have like maybe 2 or 3 discernible character like tropes or traits at all, and the game decided to zero in on those. It's kind of sad how it falls into place.
Or when they reduce a character down to only their base trait.
Yeah, that too. That's even worse, actually. Ugh.
Atlas game, is that you?
Yeah.
Every single one of them. And especially in their remasters, later added contents to the same existing game.
I'm not going to veer too far into this because otherwise we'd literally be here for half an hour, and I'd rather not subject the YouTube audience to too much of that because I know they'll also hate me for saying this. I don't remember what instigated it, but we were talking about Persona games the other day on my Twitch stream, and I think Alex mentioned something, and I was just
the likely culprit.
Right. And I'm just like, okay, but none of the Persona games are good. and I actually started thinking about it, I was like, am I actually not too far with the mark with that one?
So that depends on in what sense. Do you mean...
I guess 4 Golden and 5 Royal come the closest to being good, but I'm just thinking about it, I'm just like, wow, did I just crack a code or what?
So 3 does not hold up under a microscope at all. 1 and 2 have aged like milk that's been sitting under a radiator.
Yeah.
5 has problems that make it vanilla, that make it worse than playing some of the PS2 games with how backward some of their systems are. Hey, look, a co-op combo.
Also, yeah, look at the fucking juggles that Shuhei has. Jesus. Look at Light Combo go. Yeah, 5 honestly feels like it was trying to be too ambitious and it had to reel back in. And it almost feels like a victim of his own success. 4,
Royal fixes that.
I love the story of 4, but unfortunately, it still feels like it's a little technically marred sometimes, even when I was playing it. And I'm just like, man, some of these are really that good. I don't know if any of them even crossed like a 9 out of 10, really. Kind of wild.
It's them very much working within the constraints of their budget.
Yeah, definitely.
Because 3 and 4 consist entirely of generated assets, where the dungeons are randomized every time.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't have to design bespoke levels. And then when they actually tried to do that for 5, because it was them scaling up 2 whole generations, all of their dungeons were bad.
Yeah.
The gameplay, though, I will say, actually is, at least in terms of the sort of RPGs we still get, the press turn and the one more systems are some of the best turn-based RPG gameplay that we can get.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they actually refined it so much in 5 Royal that you actually can get into a whole satisfying loop, whereas I would say with 3 and 4, not really. Like, they added a ton of gameplay, like combat-specific mechanics to 5 Royal.
Yeah. I think what I'm thinking of it specifically is, like, it's impossible to try to get a 1% ending of Persona 4 on your first run. And it feels like you're constantly strapped for resources, like, constantly. Also, the lack of a minimap sucks. I will say that. It becomes a bit of a pain in the ass.
3 would make you want to walk off a bridge.
I tried 3 portable ones. I hated myself so much. I didn't get far whatsoever, chat.
It's okay. Reload plays infinitely better, but its production values also make you want to jump off a bridge because they're charging $70 for a game that still, even now, could tone down have run on the PS3. I'm sorry, the PSP.
Oh, right. No, the remake, right? No, I was thinking about the port where they literally use AI to upscale the backgrounds, and it looks wretched as a result.
That's the modern release of Portable.
Yep, that's it.
No, Reload is a game where it's like, hey, we're going to try and use 5 assets to make a remake of 3, but they don't fit at all, and also the lighting is fucked, and these assets still look like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
And you're charging $70 for what should have at most costed... If 70 is the new 60, then 50 is the new 40, what should have costed at most $50?
Yeah.
And you released a $30 season pass, and you released another $40 expansion pass that actually comes with the content that you put in the PS2 re-release in 2007 for $30.
So one thing from Kurt really fast. Imagine a Bleach fighting game where all the playable soul reapers are in Shikai from the beginning. All the fighting styles would be so different. We kinda have that in Heat the Soul. Kinda. You can choose to start in Shikai with a lot of them.
See, I was going to say, with the available characters that we had seen at the time, that's technically what Shattered Blade was.
Yeah, true.
And I guess by extension, Versus Crusade.
P3R could have run on PS3 if it didn't have ray tracing.
You can turn that off on the PC version. So ray tracing is such a fucked mechanic that
It normally is.
That in Reload, if you have it set wrong, ray tracing will cap your game to 30, and the moment you turn it off, it will explode to 120.
Jesus. Yeah, ray tracing is just too much in its infancy with trying to be resource decent that it's just not there yet.
Do you know what's funny? You should say that, because you can track the term ray tracing back to the PS3.
That's hilarious.
You can also trace the term HDR back to 2004 with one of the Deus Ex, or not Deus Ex. What's it called? The other seminal PC shooter, the one that redefined shooting games forever.
Wait.
No. The Valve game.
Half-Life.
Half-Life 2.
Huh.
You didn't mean the same thing then, just the same way the high-definition graphics stamped on the Sega Genesis doesn't mean the same thing it means today. But
No, not quite System Shock, Alex. Although I would not have minded a System Shock game on the fucking PS2. That'd be great.
Some of those Deus Ex games have PS2 versions.
You're wrong to say or use hand scared me for a second.
Oh, no, it's wrong.
It's something. It's doing Kaiba things.
Yes, it is. It's cracked in multiple. His fingers are cracked in multiple places.
Wait, literally, his right thumb. No, yeah, his thumb. It's like cracked,
it's
like
bent
to the side. What the fuck? Jesus, guys.